Good evening, and a good evening.
Evening.
Welcome to the first episode of the Truth Set You Free.
Man, only if people
Man,
realize how important that is.
what? I think with this, I might have to fix me a drink because I ain't no
Yeah.
telling what the truth gonna come out tonight.
Oh man. So I'm saying, like, are we total train wreck with this, or are we just, covering a little bit off the rails? How deep are we going with this?
We going deep. I don't know how
Hmm.
deep we going, but we're going deep.
Okay. Truth says, set you free. The main truth that shall set everybody free is if we could go back to how in the old days, like how we was mentioning earlier, you had Big Mama. Big Mama kept it real. She ain't pulling no
So
punches.
did.
She ain't bite her
Nope.
tongue.
Nope.
And she still was a force to be reckoned with. But the thing is, everybody loved Big Mama and she would tell you about yourself in a heartbeat. Nowadays, you tell a motherfucker about themselves, they all in their feelings.
Yep. It like people done got soft now. Anybody past 2000, I think they done got soft.
Man.
These
And they
Gen,
are, yeah.
these Gen Z kids are just soft because you tell them one thing, Mama, Mama,
Hmm.
this kid would be mean to me. Y'all need to grow up. I promise you,
Man,
Big Mom would have told you about yourself a long time ago.
facts. And the problem is, everybody want to be real. Everybody want the truth. Everybody want nothing but 100, but they don't know how to be 100 with themselves or others first.
First step,
You got to
admitting
tell the
that you
truth
got a
to your
problem.
goddamn self.
Yep. Like Michael Jackson said, is you gotta look at the man in the mirror.
Yes, sir. And every
Cause if
morning,
you
when
can't,
you look in that mirror, while you pointing the
if
finger, it's finger pointing right back at you. You got to speak that.
but you know, some folks can't even see that part. They can't even see them poking their finger back at them. Cause you know who they see? You, the person that did them wrong.
Man, that's why they got to look in the mirror because them, they doing themselves wrong.
Cause
It's like,
no matter what your friends might say, no matter what your family might say, you gotta look at yourself. Cause it start with yourself, just like self care. Yourself. Cause ain't nobody else gonna care about you but yourself. So guess what?
that
You gotta
truth
worry about
alone,
yourself.
that truth alone will set you free.
What?
What?
You wanna know
But
another truth?
what's that?
Every these females over here talking about they don't want no bus driver, no police officer, no person that flipping burgers. Uh it used to be back in the day, as long as you had a job, you at
Well,
least had a chance. Now you can't even have a job. What are you
well,
smoking?
well. It's like I'm a little. I don't know. I had a different experience. Okay, so coming from Chicago, it was like you know, yeah, the man who hustled basically got the accolades. So long as you're able to balance the two, or you are straight up like working, money getting person, you ain't gonna run into no issues. But it's not for the right purposes most of the time. It's like they looking at what you're bringing in. And in other places that I went, the working man actually got scrutinized because they was the working man. Oh man, you a
But
lame. You ain't hustling. Like what? What kind of truth is that? I'm a grown man. Like,
but you
I'm
know
gonna go after it the best way I can.
but you know what you should tell them? Cause
Hey, I can't tell it.
nowadays
Just
people
walk
scared.
past.
Like people got a problem with you, you know, being a construction worker. They made some
Yeah,
money now.
yeah.
You want somebody that gonna be there ain't nothing wrong with being a own boss. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the
And my
same time, what you bringing to the table though?
But see, look, this is the other thing. Along with that, you saying bring it to the table. It's like the truth of the matter is, and the truth shall set you free. Instead of looking at
Surely.
what that man can do to take care of you, look at what you can do to come to the table and build something else with that man. Because a lot of these dudes, they looking at the big picture of I'm going to work to make this money.
Yep.
They're not looking
Yep.
at the fine details. You, as the woman, naturally, you probably have a different type of network where you got some female friends or family members or somebody you know or heard of that's into interior design or something. You know he do good carpentry or good contracting work. Hey, baby, you ever thought about doing this on your own? Like,
Yep.
I might be able to line you up with my people, and boom, they go a business that you can build off of. That's a foundation to start off of. Not to mention that bonds you all closer because you're going to be of value instead of always having, damn, my wife calling, she needs something, or my girl calling, she wants something else. Nah, hey, hold on, my baby calling, hold on, this is my business
But you
partner.
but the problem with that is time when you do stuff like that, they use you.
But see
Be
that's
like,
the thing. That's the conflict though. Most of the people that I've ran into, they won't even build with you to even get to the point of using. They want to use you out the gate. So it's like once that I mean, it's kind of hard to use a motherfucker when you're vested into this, when you have a vested interest. You
yep,
know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why I said it like that, because I'm not talking about go buy him the tools and equipment and set him up. No, that's a partnership.
no,
You set the business up,
yes,
you're a part of it because you can gain equity in it too, and that's something. Even if y'all fall apart, don't fuck the business up because that's the money. You know
yep.
what I'm
Cause
saying?
once you fuck up the money, the business gonna go.
Man, there you go. And regardless of y'all relationship, y'all need to be able to operate because that's y'all way
Sure
out for
do.
real.
Yeah, cause you never know. Cause we all know with relationship, we all expect for that person to be there for the next person. But guess what?
Yeah.
When you can't be there for that person, what do they say about you?
That
Cause
most
sometimes
people fold under pressure.
fold under pressure ain't the word. You
Hmm.
scared, and you don't want to admit that you scared, and that's the problem. Fear. You scared that number one, that if he get big, that he gonna leave you. That's not the case all the time.
Wait, but that tells me that the person that's scared when it comes to that haven't provided enough equity to be secure, and they don't know how to do that. That's the main problem. That's where the truth shall set you free. If you be truthful with your intentions, you know what I'm saying, truthful and realistic with the situation, there shouldn't be no
Oh,
reason
okay.
why, you know what I'm saying, a person wouldn't go along with it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll tell you another thing is about that is what about you? We bringing this stuff to the table, and I'm not talking about no red table. But at the
Mhm.
same time, you communicate. You gotta run your tater trap like you gossiping with your friends or spilling the tea on the gossip. You gotta do
You want to know the?
bring it
I,
together.
I got I got an insert to put on that one. And
Go ahead.
man, you want to know the truth behind that?
Go ahead.
Most people are afraid to communicate with their significant other for some weird reason, and
True.
it's like I've found that on both sides, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
in opposed to people having friends in their relationship. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they choose not to, hey, that's cool. But
That's you and
it's
your
like
partner's
if
choosing.
exactly, and you and your partner supposed to be best friends first. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because for one, that means y'all that shows how you all's friendship shows how well you communicate.
Yep.
Because you're supposed to be friends before anything. And
Right.
you know, most people solely base things off of love. And the truth of the matter is you can't. because we have to
And
love our kids. You don't
guess
have to
what?
love the other person.
And that's where we fall apart. That we don't know. We can't distinguish the two.
And
The love
to be honest,
part.
and I mean to go deeper than that, you got to know what love is to be even able to express that with somebody else. So
Watch
there's so
this.
many truths and levels to this.
Shoot, you need to be friends first.
Man, most people don't even know how to be a friend.
Tell me I'm just a friend. You tell me I'm just a friend.
But
And here's another thing. I
yeah.
just had a friend tell me friends before fuck buddies.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of that going around.
Oh man. But you got some friends that they won't go that far because y'all friends and they don't want to mess up y'all friendship. Yeah. Be like,
All
man, what's
right,
the purpose?
hey, but that's a part of the communication. Like, you want to know what
Yeah,
this is? You really want to you saying that you want a relationship, but guess what? I told you what this is before we did this.
exactly.
Because
Exactly.
in this case, I feel like this. Just say I was messing around with somebody. I told you up front, I didn't want no relationship. I just want a fuck buddy. Guess what? If you start catching feelings, that means I gotta take you out the team. And
And look,
that's not a good feeling. That means I got to
Finish him.
well,
so
it's like
I gotta let you
I can
go.
relate. I can relate except for I don't even get the opportunity because when I speak the truth, it's like the other person catch, emotional issues with that. Like, well, so I can't be a girlfriend? No, that's not what we agreed on. That's not what we talked about. But it's like when I do put it on the table, like, hey, I'm open for this. Oh well, no, that's not what I'm looking for. And then when they get their ass Donkey Kong by life, you know what I'm saying? They be like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't listen. No, hold on, no, keep on
Hey,
going through them experiences.
I feel like this. When they don't understand, sometimes you just gotta
Yeah, yeah. Because what is
cause
life if you don't live it?
Cause right now it seems like we losing life every day. I ain't getting much younger, and you ain't getting much
Man,
older. So guess what? It's a time clock on everything.
I was just talking to a friend of mine, and she was about to catch a flight, and we were discussing some life issues. And one of the things I said was like, man, you can't be afraid to live life. It's like don't let your situations like dictate how you live it. And that's truth. Because every day you wake up, you're gonna go through some shit. But every day you
You
wake up and you start allowing whatever the hell you went through to dictate the steps that you take, bro, you stunting your growth. You stopping yourself. Get out of your own way.
and that's the
You know what
biggest
I'm
thing
saying?
that I think this is one of our biggest problem is ourselves because we stop ourselves from doing a lot. That's with
Definitely.
business, that
Definitely.
business, life, a relationship. That's the biggest problem that we have, even for the black community. That's the biggest problem that we have
The biggest
is
obstacle
fear.
I've had is business, and fear was not a part of it. It was just going through the roller coaster of motions of solo operating in business. I've went up, I've came down. I've went up, I came down. And each time when I go down, I come back up swinging. Because guess what? I ain't finished with this shit. I ain't made it to where I need to be at. And people get so
Yeah,
defeated. Oh, it's just too much. Man, look, I paid $13,000 that I couldn't even recoup to get different maintenance things and other things tweaked on my truck when I was just letting it go because oh, you know what, it's not that bad. Let me just get over here and I could do this. I was able to finally do it and I couldn't even recoup them funds back because the industry took a turn. And so you gotta take it on the
well,
chin sometimes.
I'm gonna tell
That's
you
the
another
truth.
thing with you. Yep. The biggest thing is one thing a friend told me is you got to get out your comfort zone. If you
Mm-hmm.
can't get off your comfort zone, guess what? You failed already.
Exactly. Because you won't do more than what's comfortable to you. That means you're not up for no challenges. You're not up for
Nope.
no hard work. You want to
Nope.
keep on being on autopilot. And that's safe, but it's not healthy.
Safe. That's the problem. We want everything to be safe. We don't want to we scared to fight for what we want.
Man, shit,
Sorry.
nah.
You can't be scared.
I wake up every day and choose violence. I'm fighting everything and everybody to get to what I need and what I'm trying to get to. You
Yeah,
standing in my
cause that's the
way,
big
it's gonna be a problem. You going my way? All right, let's do this together.
and that's the biggest problem that we're scared to see where the person going. That's including dating. That's including dating somebody.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the truth of the matter is, people say what they want, but when they get it in front of them, they freeze up and get scared. And I've
Freezing.
heard that more than one time. It's like, it's like, yeah, women say they want good men, men say they want good women, people say they want to be successful, but once they reach that point, can you handle the heat?
No.
Because now
Not
you on
like
the spot. You you got to operate under pressure. Like, can you do that, or you gonna break? You gonna crack? You gonna expose all the you know what I'm saying? The 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 byproduct.
I think you gonna crack. That's how I feel. You gonna crack under pressure.
And you can't do that. You gotta train yourself to be hardened. Not hardened like, you know what I'm saying, immoral or irrational, but you gotta train yourself to not be so fight or flight. Just stand there and take it. Because sometimes life gonna throw some shit at you where you ain't gonna be able to get out the way.
Life always gonna throw you curveballs. Oh, I like this comment right here. People too scared for that, but people scared as in life, anything we scared of. Like even taking a test just to
Yeah,
better ourselves. We scared
yeah,
because guess what? We scared of what the next person might say.
yeah.
Cause
Well,
the biggest problem we have is family. Family
uh,
is family can
it's
make or break us.
it's like it's deeper than that for me because not much of my family knows a lot about my moves. It's like it's deeper for me because it's more so once I reach this level with these certificates and these endorsements, I'm fighting the industry now because now they're putting a
Mhm.
new parameter on where I can go and how fast I can climb. That's the part that I hate. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? And I got to think my way
ask Cat.
around it.
You better ask Cat Williams. He said it. He
Yeah, them
said it.
gatekeepers.
Yes, the gatekeepers, because some of them are
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
them gate them gatekeepers gonna make sure that you're
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
But you know, one thing that I did notice in business, and this transfers off into all aspects of life. As well
what's
as
that?
there's a front door,
That's the
there's a
back
back
door.
door, and there's some windows. You
You
need
know,
to figure
hey,
out the best way to get into this shit, no
watch
matter
this.
what they say.
What did our grandparents say? Is always room to skin a cat.
Yeah,
That's the big
judgment,
right
hell
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
But the thing is, like, who are you to judge me? I was born by myself.
that's the biggest problem because guess what? We got it in our minds that we we gonna we gonna listen to what people think and what they might say. Cause guess what? If
Hmm.
they get in our head, they get in our head. Guess what? They got control over us.
But is that an emotional action or is that a logical action?
That's a self action because guess what?
But
You shouldn't
no, but
allow
if it
them.
no, but that's what I'm saying. You allowed them, but is that an emotional action or a logical action? Because if it's an emotional action, we got a problem because you need to logically understand that you have to have control over your emotions. And
I,
until
I
you reach that point, judgment is always going to be a thing because you're going to be swayed by what other people feel instead of protecting your integrity or instead of protecting your truth.
honestly, I would say both. It go both ways actually,
Mm-hmm.
because guess what? It's not half of it is emotional because guess what? When you start feel like you got people you can trust, and when you start a business, guess what? Them same people that you trust can also be your downfall to
I
you
can see
what you
that.
want to do.
I can see that.
Right there is a manipulation right there.
Yep.
Now on
Because
the
they utilize
emotion,
your trust to use it against you.
on the emotional side, they could take what you did and let's just say this as an example. I got a business, I got a t-shirt business. You see what I'm doing, but you see you jealous. You jealous of me of what I'm doing. So guess what? You gonna start tearing me down emotionally. Like, no, I don't want to buy stuff. It look ugly. Instead of having this self-confidence in what you doing, that people are going to buy what you selling.
But see, in the first place, I don't know. I'm different. Because first place, if somebody says that to me, my response is going to be, so I ain't see your t-shirt website. You know what you got going on?
But that's what I'm saying.
You ain't started yet. Well, I think you need to stay the fuck out of my business or buy
All right.
something.
Yeah, but at the same time, but guess what? If you go to them like for advice or you trust them, guess what? There's the emotional part right there because you you thinking that they would have your best interest, but they really don't.
But you know what? That's where we would have to get more savvy with it because it's like honestly, what's the purpose of us going to that person if we didn't respect the path that they've laid out for themselves? We're going to
Okay.
you because we feel like you've already accomplished where we're trying to go, and I'm looking at you like, wow, you made it. Let me go to you. And I think we need to like when we approaching people like that, I automatically feel like there's a diva side to most people that are just growing to be successful or they've gotten farther than you. They always have
All
a little
right.
bit of a diva side. So you got to stroke their ego a little bit. Hey man, I
All right.
respect what you're doing, yada yada yada. Do you have any points or tips?
But that's the problem though, because I'm gonna take this as an example with Club Shay Shay.
Hmm.
Who would have thought Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer will be stealing jokes from other people and not giving them? Who would have thought that? I know I wouldn't.
Uh,
Who would have
I
thought
did.
that?
When you realize how corny they are, and my problem was I just stopped watching them, and I should have been looking more into like, damn, they corny as hell, but this shit funny. This sticks out like a sore thumb. But
Yeah,
I didn't think like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just, thinking, oh man, this whole whack ass shit. I remember this shit from hanging with Mr. Cooper. It's like,
and
but
I didn't.
you don't correlate the two because this is a different
Mm-mm.
person. You think it's an original idea.
Yeah, because look at the path it was and think about how long it's been. Hey, when
Yeah.
Mr. Cooper was back in the 90s,
Yeah. Well, the early 90s.
the early 90s, like I
Steve
remember the
Harvey
first
came came over here, but it was late 90s going into the 2000s.
99 going on 2000.
Yeah.
So it was just a different concept because you think about it, it's the same concept, but different perspective. Steve started,
Yeah.
both of them were teaching, but both of them had that same opportunity.
Yeah.
Mr. Cooper was more I'm a basketball. I want to play in the league. Steve Harvey was like, I came from a musical background with musical teacher. I had a band
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So same
Mm-hmm.
type of concept, same feel, but it's just new people, new actors. Cause Cedric was Vanessa of Hanging with Mr. Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like Romeo was the Raven
Thank you.
Simone. Romeo was the Raven Simone of Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Right.
No, not Romeo, but R. Goodings. He was the Romeo of the group.
Mm. Yeah.
But everybody played their family. You would have never thought the similarities would be there.
And the funny thing about all that is the fact that everybody, well, I'm not gonna say everybody. It's like a lot of people are speaking out against it,
Now,
going against Cat Williams. But my thing is,
shit.
like, you can't really go against the truth, man. And then for one, you got other celebrities that's coming out vouching for it. Like, and then the body of work that that man has put into his craft, including his accolades outside of what he does as performances. Like he look out for people behind the scenes, like something that your Steve
You,
Harvey, motherfucking Sid, none of them do for other people. You know what I'm
cause
saying? The,
you think about it.
it's
I'm gonna tell you
crazy.
another person that is saying something. No, ain't saying nothing. Is that Oprah Winfrey? You see
Oh
how she
man,
did Taraji in The Color Purple? She tried to lowball her. Like
man,
you
look,
would think you be down for your black female, but guess what? You just
it's
like
it,
everybody else.
especially after Taraji, you know what I'm saying, started saying some shit about this. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was on your platform. Like, yo, like, but I mean, I'm not surprised because I've been new to the character of what Oprah was. We got a lot
I
more experience of watching her evolve into who she really turned out to be than most
could
people.
cause look at it. Oprah do not understand you got an image, but she don't never claim Mississippi where she from now. She don't never claim
Man,
it.
yes, she did, and the original Color Purple. That was.
That's the original. But when was the last time you heard Oprah Winfrey say, "Yes, I am Oprah Winfrey. I am from Kosciuszko, Mississippi." When have you ever
Bruh,
seen her say it?
she far removed from that. She worried about her international school with the kids that
You
coming
mean
up missing and
you,
her.
you mean the international Epstein the prepare for Epstein Island?
Yep, that's the one. That's the
Man, you know what
one.
that kind of remind me of? An episode of Law and Order,
Man.
SVU. That would kind of remind me of because it was one episode where they was training the girls on what to do. I think it was some Asians. You getting ready for this, and they sent you out.
Yeah,
Don't it? Ain't it funny? Like they always put it in plain sight, but we just
yeah,
don't realize it. You
yeah.
know something? That just made my stomach get the bubbly.
Man. You gotta understand, most people think that everything is for entertainment purposes. This is for
Right.
entertainment purposes only. But for
Mm-hmm.
the movies, there's always some type of truth behind it. And then when you try to expose that, it's like people are, oh man, you crazy. You looking too far into it. It's just a movie. Like, dude, movies
Shit.
mean something. You gotta pay attention to the undertones. It's like that shit is
And
really going on in real life.
I'm gonna say this, and I've been saying this to the day. Whenever Oprah kicked the bucket, is Stedman still alive? It's finna be a
Oh
tell-all
man.
book, and I'm buying the book because I'm like, I called it. I
Man, look,
called it. I said her and Gail
hey,
had something going on. I knew it.
man, Stedman gonna expose everything. Oprah and
Wait,
Gail, Oprah in the
what?
motherfucking island, Oprah in
I'm just
Hawaii,
gonna
Oprah in the Bahamas.
I'm gonna sit down with my popcorn. I promise you, I'm gonna read the book and I'm gonna get the audio book and listen to the audio book. And I'm like,
Hey, look,
I knew
I
this.
bet,
I knew
I
this.
bet, I bet you he gonna have some kind of persevering title like Stedman, Steadfast, or Steadfast Stedman.
I'm sorry. What man in his right mind is staying in the guest house? He's staying in the guest house.
Man,
Gail is in the main house now.
Man,
Gail is
listen,
in the main house. How
look,
how is another woman in the main house, but you supposed to be her man, but you in the guest house? Now I
man, he be
understand you
having his
still getting allowance and everything, but still,
hey, it's been long said that he be having his own Diddy parties before Diddy parties became a thing.
I think it's another woman in the guest house, but we just don't know who.
Yeah,
In
Stedman.
Stedman guest house.
No, Stedman is the other woman in the guest house. What you mean? They started off in
Swallowed up.
Chicago.
Have you ever been swallowed up?
They started off in Chicago. Stedman is yeah, one of them. He's
I,
just he's the silent girlfriend. I mean man.
hey, damn. Hey, I wanted this now you gonna have
Oh,
stupid with
trust
this.
and believe he probably is in the closet. A very well paid
Swallowed
and,
up. Have
and
you ever been swallowed up?
a
Hey,
very
I
well
wanna have
paneled and paid for closet.
hey, I wonder if Gail made Oprah do and
Yeah.
Stevie just walk in and go,
No, Stedman walk in and say, giggity giggity. There
all
it
right.
is. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards that one. He probably, yeah. That's why they moved from the condo in Chicago. They needed more space to romp around.
Yeah. And then thing you know, everybody asking,
Facts, facts. But I mean, I always thought it was just weird. Like Stedman never had any lines, any presence or anything, and he's just always there as like the arm holder.
now you know what he remind me of? Donald Trump wife, what's her name? The porn star. That's what he remind me of. He don't say nothing. He keep his mouth closed. That's why I say
He
he get an
waves.
allowance. How you doing? How do you
Oh, he holds
do?
doors. He holds doors. Yeah.
And he coordinates.
Yep.
I promise by the end of that book, Stedman gonna be like,
She belongs to the street.
Which would explain her presence on Epstein Island with multiple different visits and sightings, rubbing shoulders with Weinstein and stuff. Those are her friends. She was silent about their convictions too.
hey, I'm gonna tell you what should have been played in Hawaii when that fire was going down. Epstein Island too. That should have been the warning right there.
Definitely.
Cause I promise you, it was a lot of gonna be this out there. Oprah kicked the bucket.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Security. We got Cold Black. Cold Black at the main gate.
That's what P Diddy doing right now. Cold Black. Cold Black, cause he was
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
But anyway, but you know something though, it's funny how everything coming out and Cat just exposed everything. Like Steve, I really can't look at you the same.
Man, nobody can. I mean, I think he fucked the whole image up with that man unit as pro that I mean the hot top. That just destroyed me. Like, what? Are you serious?
I
Dude had
didn't
a
even know that.
flawless fucking high top fade. But I should have known something was wrong because his line was always fucking perfect.
Yeah, what line is always perfect? Like in a line, like it got to be a cut, and then he never got clipped or nothing. Like,
but now
you
on
get
the
clipped
side,
one time.
it always stopped like right up here. It never,
I'm
it
talking
was
about
always
perfect.
right. Like, damn, cat. Okay, I missed that one.
I know I did. I'm talking about that was just perfect. It like now when you look at it, be like if I take my finger and push it up,
Man,
Like
that
that was
man
the
sneezed
best
too
pop.
hard. If he sneezed too hard, he gonna go straight to the stylist.
And you remember how much money he said he paid his stylist? See, somebody need to call
Nah,
the stylist. Somebody better call his
right.
barber. That's who we need to have an interview with. His barber. Now, come on, tell us about this haircut.
Cause he sure told him that
He was
he
making
basically took
1,500.
and he took him to having his own businesses. Like, man, but you know who really fucked me up? When he was talking about Ricky Smiley, talking about all he wanted to do is play retards and old women. Like,
That was
God,
the only. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you like this. I feel like he
look,
took the better. He took the better position because it, and I feel like it's. I think both of them was telling the truth on it. Both of them, but it's that
yeah,
middle part. I think
yeah.
in the producers where they lied somehow,
No,
some
no, no,
way.
but no, but it's like Ice Cube rebutted that. And what Ice Cube was saying was it's like, yes, both was offered the what is it, the tryout, the audition for it.
The part,
It's like,
yeah.
but clearly we thought that Ricky Smiley would be better suited as the center and
And he,
Cat Williams as Money Mike. But
and he even
they
said it
had a
like, man,
script, but wait, he said they had a script for Money Mike. Cat Williams just improvised and enhanced the part so much that they had to keep on adding on different roles and different parts because now it's like, damn, Money Mike is a significant character in the film now when he wasn't supposed to be. So that
yeah, I
still goes
think.
back to what Cat Williams was saying about scope.
But I feel like Ricky took the best role in it because I think Ricky funny to me. Ricky is funny to me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, that man, he built like a crackhead. Who else could have been better for that?
Damn.
I mean, you know, to be honest with you, it's like I mean, Lil Durrell is like to date probably my more favored. Exactly, my more favored character.
Nah, I say Bernice Jenkins because she be having me rolling. Good evening, good evening. I'd like to welcome y'all to the Oh Lord, hold my mule while I shout Missionary Baptist
But
Church of God in Christ.
but my thing is, how old is Miss Bernice Jenkins? Ain't it about time for her to, you know, retire or something?
That's why she only do the church announcements. Cause if you think about it, it's always be that old Baptist. It was the old woman that was doing it now with them glasses now.
With
But
the sick and
shot
shut in
hey,
list.
but what shot me when he said about Ricky Smiley in my contract, Ricky must wear a dress in the movie. And that shit shot the shit out of me because the next movie was First Sunday. I'm like,
And that man was in a dress.
he was in a dress. Now
Yep.
that was shot me.
Yes.
Now Kevin Hart, I ain't surprised because Kevin Hart was
Man,
never
wait,
funny to me.
I don't know. Kevin Hart is like, to be honest with you, I went back and watched Paper Soldiers. And that's what I was doing the other day. That ain't the same Kevin Hart. I believe that man was cloned for real.
Hey, I got
Because
one
if you
from
look,
just like that Epstein Island, Chris Tucker.
yeah, it's like because
Hey,
that accident he had, and basically he walked away from it. That man, if you go back and look at that accident, look at that car, it wasn't no way that man should have been walking away from that shit.
like what's his name? Tracy Morgan. I think he
Man,
cloned. Look at him.
man.
That
No,
buzz looked like
Tracy,
it exploded.
that's still the Tracy. His ass crazy still.
Nah.
You don't think
Well,
so?
nah, cause if you look at that bus, hell nah. He was going to a lot of Diddy parties, so he was getting
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
and Cat
Not Tracy, man.
Nah, I was talking about Kevin Hart. He was
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
just like
little bitty boy
if
man.
Cause if you look at it, if you look at it's a video on YouTube where Diddy was drunk and he had said some Kevin Usher was looking at him crazy. Kevin like, oh, dude, shut up.
Nah, when he was on Drink Champs and Fabulous and Jadakiss was on there, and Diddy was talking crazy, and Jadakiss was like, "What? Like, whoa!" And Fabulous was looking like, "Man, what you talking about, dog?"
Mm-hmm.
Like that
Another
kind of
one,
started opening my eyes. Like, yeah, that nigga be on some weird shit.
cause if you look at he had better movies that was low budget than the ones he got now. I feel like
Yeah.
his low budget films was better, and he wasn't
In
even
his
telling no jokes.
in his big budget stuff, it's like he just seems so emotionally dependent. Like he's attached to The Rock. He's attached to Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Like he
You
needs
know,
that big brother figure.
but you know what's fun, and I just thought about this. Nobody has ever said this before, and I just thought about this. You gotta think about it. Kevin Hart had an interview with Oprah.
Mm,
Usually, black men and Oprah don't get along,
nah.
but for some reason, her and Kevin got along perfectly. So that's when Kevin was talking about how he first got in the game, how he was leaving his rent money in the Bible and stuff. If you notice, she did never grill him like how she'll do Kobe Bryant, R. Kelly. Now that was gay on that one. Snoop Dogg. It was like that interview was so perfect.
You know, I think she knows who to try it with because she ain't tried 50 Cent like that neither.
I think that when she thought that when 50 first got in the game, man, he was
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
he hadn't been tested yet. Cause if you look at most of your black men that somewhat said they're cheating on their spouses, look at how she did them. Look at
Yeah.
how her and Gail did them. And Snoop
Tore
Dogg
their ass
said it
apart.
out.
Tore their ass
For
apart.
you, I'm showing him a new booty hole.
I'm saying Stedman knows something about that.
Then I'm gonna tell you another person who knows something. It ain't gonna never get Clyde Davis. He a part of a lot of shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, Clyde
Oh
Davis.
yeah.
Even Denzel said something.
Yeah.
Denzel ain't going for it.
Giselle mind his own business. He still ain't going for it. It's just like it was somebody else. They tried to bring DC Young Fly to her. He was like, man, that ain't none of my business.
That goes when Nick Cannon had a little with the CBS.
Mm-hmm. Corey Holcomb exposed that. He was like, man, everybody think that people making some good money off Wilding Out, man. For real, man, hell no. You getting enough to get back and forth.
He said when it first, I think when he was talking about that, it when it first started.
Oh, before the Viacom issue.
Yeah, before they start really going big. Like, I think when it first started, I feel like, Cat Williams was doing a lot of stuff. And I remember that episode. I think when it first started. But if you look at it now, what season they on, they got to be making money now.
Yeah, they in there now. Because, I mean, like I said, the falling apart, basically Nick went back to the table and they came up with a different agreement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's still like basically Nick's show. It's just, he going through the network.
Yeah.
So he definitely probably restructured that. Like, that's just like with Dave Chappelle. Cat Williams exposed that.
Oh
yeah, like you mean I made you all $500 million and y'all only want to pay me this? Like, what the
Nah,
hell?
it wasn't even just that. They wanted him to wear a dread. They wanted to write his comedy.
Yeah,
You can't write for Dave Chappelle. I'm sorry, Dave Chappelle is improv through and through.
yeah, yeah, and
You
yeah,
cannot
definitely.
write for Dave Chappelle because
And
they had it set.
the coldest thing I saw was Trader Truth have Cat Williams come out on stage with him, and Cat Williams was introducing Dave Chappelle. Like,
Hey,
yo,
I think honestly the next person that should say something is Corey Holcomb. That's the next person that should be on Club Shake.
no, I think the next person that should say something honestly would be dang, I can't think of his name. The other
Charleston
comedian that
White,
played no, the dark skinned comedian that Malcolm and Eddie.
Michael Blackman.
Malcolm and Eddie.
Malcolm Juwan want. Oh, Eddie Griffin
The other one.
or Malcolm.
Eddie Griffin.
Malcolm.
Eddie Griffin.
Ooh, that one right
Eddie
there
Griffin.
gonna be like
Eddie Griffin been saying this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They tried to blackball him.
Cat Williams was saying this alone. No, DC Curry. That's what they need because he even said he was like, man, I just don't say nothing. I know what's going on. I just don't say nothing.
Yep. He been new.
Now, I want to hear from. He need to have a female on there. He might need to get Monique. I want to see what she say.
We already had Monique. Monique already said her piece. That's what got her ass blackballed for 2 years.
I think she gonna have some more to say.
And she only told one part of it. Like, you
yeah,
know
that's what I'm saying.
Her ass wouldn't be acting now. They let her back in because they felt sorry for her. She called enough people.
Nah, she raised enough hell because she was like for Netflix. Because she was suing Netflix. Cause really, she haven't done nothing since Rocco James. Let's just be real. And that when she was after that one, that's when she was saying about Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels. And I know Lee Daniels probably
swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
I don't know. It's like, man, you know,
he looked the part.
The modern future for television, I think, honestly, it is actually looking better. It's like people are too emotional. No, think about it like this. It's like, regardless of what you feel about Tyler Perry got his own network. 50 Cent just got approved to remodel and facilitate this warehouse in Shreveport, Louisiana, to start up his own G Unit Films or whatever production studio conglomerate. So it's like there's different networks popping up that is black owned, and they got some pretty good programming.
But I'm gonna tell you something who exposing it, but she haven't done nothing lately. And she exposed the industry. And it's somebody off Tyler Perry show. Would never think of it. She exposed Disney.
But Disney it's like people just gotta open their eyes and realize that shit. Cause Disney had the cruise ships stopping off at Epstein Island at one point in time. And motherfuckers didn't even know
it. Look at, I'm gonna tell you, you remember Jasmine that played Jasmine, what's her name? Tyler McClain. She exposed a lot of stuff. Cause wanted her to do so much stuff. She was like, man, I believe in Jesus. No. Now she was exposing stuff because she haven't done nothing since Black Lightning.
Damn.
If you think about it, she haven't done nothing since Black Lightning. But she is an interview where she was exposing a lot of stuff.
I just think it's funny how growing up
you
didn't really hear about. Oh yeah, growing up you didn't really hear about a lot of this, and how how many examples and situations are coming out now. Like, yo, wait a minute. Oh, this shit was around us all the time. We just didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, honestly, if you think, I don't know if you ever thought about this. And I just came up with I just came this with my head. Look at R. Kelly when he said, "Keep it on the down low." What that really meant. Just think
well,
about it, man.
well, hey, look, bro, you don't want to do that because it's a million and one R. Kelly songs we can break down and dissect
Hey,
with
no,
questionable
I'm just
meanings.
thinking about it now. But just think about it now, though. Cause Eddie Murphy, cause how many times he done got caught with a transvestite? They just be real now. If you look at stuff that happening today in the music industry, there's a lot of folks that are power bottoms. They
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Man, I would really hate to even think about that. It's like
insane though.
it's so like such a sick industry and sick, way of thinking. It's like, bruh, for one, as a man, there's so many much more beautiful, wonderful options in women walking
Mhm.
around. Like, are you
Yes,
serious? Like, you want somebody to get the same thing as you? That's weird.
it's every time I look up on Instagram, it's another beautiful female.
I mean,
I
don't get me
I
wrong.
don't
I have
care.
fun with
I
myself
don't
sometimes. But
I don't care. If she white, black, Indian, purple, blue, purple berry. Don't care. Like
taste the
and
rainbow.
that Skittles,
Not that rainbow, but taste the rainbow of flavors of women.
Starburst,
There
tropical,
it is.
tropical Skittles. We're going
But
international.
I don't get it. And then it's like, man, look, that's the truth behind that matter. Because I'm gonna go deeper, and we're gonna get in trouble.
We been got in trouble. So what's the difference? It seemed like that's a normal day for me getting in trouble. But I'm gonna tell you another truth about how the truth will set you free. The black women, and I hate to get on my black women now. I love my black women, but y'all gotta get your shit together. Just black men, we gotta get our shit together too. At the
Yeah.
same time, you can't expect for him to be working 5, 6 jobs, trying to make it, and then you want him to make sure, oh, honey, I need you to do this. Honey, I need you to do that. I'm sorry. You gotta take care of the kids. Hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I'm sorry. That ain't gonna work. We supposed to be one.
It'll be a team.
Supposed to be key word, supposed to be, but guess what? We don't. Cause guess what? We like to worry about the world of social media and what they'll say. I
Man,
wouldn't,
look,
girl, be
you
like, girl,
gonna
I
you
wouldn't
gonna
go to Olive Garden. I wouldn't go to
you
Red
gonna
Lobster.
you gonna strike a nerve on that one, man.
I don't care. Let's go. The more people, guess what? That means I bring you back. That must means I done said something right to get you going. Cause guess what? What's the problem with going to the clinic just to make sure if we do have sex to make sure that neither one of us might catch something? What's the problem with going to the park and just get a whole person? What's the problem with going to McDonald's and hopefully the ice cream machine works?
Hold on. What's the problem with going to museums? Let me see how cultured you are.
My point exactly. Or hey, let's go. Hey, let's just go to a fishing spot and just watch the water and
Huh.
and get that calm environment and just
You
talk.
know what's the problem? You know what's the
What's the problem?
problem? That's
What's the
boring.
problem?
We ain't turning up. I gotta go turn up.
How about this? Let's go
uh-uh.
get a drink.
We go ahead. Let's go to State 48. Let's go to Grand Lux. Like what? The fuck?
How about you meet me for lunch? Shit, how about we go
Yeah,
to the gas
so
station and get a couple hot dogs? let's see how bougie you are. Can you go to the gas station, get a couple of hot dogs, a bag of chips, and something to drink? Dad, show me how bougie you are.
See, I don't know. Them hot dogs, man, you know,
Hot dog be
you
on
might
point
be
there.
on. Whew.
Hot dog be on point there. Them gas station hot dogs, they Circle K be on point there. Or get some of that
Man,
crispy chicken.
man, that might be a new episode of Fear Factor right there.
Nah, but let's see. But that tells me something about you. Can you go up in there and do it without me? That kind of tells me something about you. Are you gonna let your image that you so-called have, you don't feel embarrassed? Cause guess what? The only person that, if I like it, you should love it. Cause guess what?
Exactly.
Who are you impressing? Cause the only person you should be impressing is me. Cause guess what? I'm the only one that should matter at the end of the day. Now, cause guess what? Don't you want me to do the same thing for you? How can you ask me to do the same thing for you, but when you can't do the same thing for me? You say we need to have equal equality,
Excuse me.
but guess what? You can't give that equal equality.
That's because communication is messed up.
There's a lot of stuff messed up. You don't let that Cardi B, the Megan Thee Stallion, you don't let that Beyonce get to you already. And the Sierra's like, I want my Russell Wilson. He done did this for me. He done did that for me. Question: are you doing what Sierra doing for Russell? Are you
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Are you shutting the fuck up? Are you running his bath water? Are you asking him, honey, how was your day? Come on, sit down and talk to me. Tell me about your day now. I know I don't have a busy day, but I just want to hear about your day. Or honey, come here, honey. Come here
Hold
right
on.
quick.
How about, are you cooking?
What? Honey, I done cooked some fried chicken, made some macaroni and cheese, done made you some collard greens, and made some Kool-Aid.
Man.
Are you doing that?
No, you know why? Because those are wifey duties. And guess what? In order to get to wifey duties, you got to practice. And this is the test run.
Hey, they like Barry White say, practice what you preach.
There it is. You think I'm gonna be paying all these bills or doing everything that I need to be doing as a husband without taking it seriously and thinking that one day we could be married? It's like, let me do this because I want to see what you're capable of. Most of the time, they
Let,
fail.
hey, let me see, can you do it without me asking? That biggest, can you do it without me asking?
Most of the time, no.
Or I don't want to hear, honey, can I have some money? Got your hand. Do I got ATM across my face? Do I look like your ATM? I can understand if you were like, honey, I need some gas to put in my car. Can you put some gas in my car for me, please? Or honey, I got a flat. Can you fix the flat for me?
Man, see, and it's weird for me because those things wasn't ever things that had to be asked. Because even I had an ex. We was just friends. We was cordial. So when I needed to use our car, I'll go get it, run my errands, and not only did she have a tank full of gas, but she would have a car wash too, and I would return it. It's like
That's
those
the
are some
way I
things that
found it.
people, man, well, better than what I found it because you had a half a tank, it came back on full and clean.
I know that's right. Here's another
You know,
thing.
hmm
As a man, can you do some stuff for your lady without her asking? Come here, honey. Come on. I see you had a hard day. Let me rub your back for you. Hey, I don't run some bath water, put some Mr. Bubbles in the bathtub.
oh yeah, yeah.
Or
But these,
honey,
the-
let me give you some time to yourself. I got something going. I got the lights going. Set the mood out. Listen to some relaxing music. Come
man,
on, honey.
listen, It's like, man, on some grown man shit, man, I
Let
would
me
love
rub
to
your crusty
have.
feet.
If I'm off, I would love to have a woman come home. I done already fixed dinner. Yeah, I can cook. Already fixed dinner, and then know she like a hot bath, bath already drawn, bubbles, whatever, candles. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
Have a little
Had the
drink or
bath and
whatever
body
set out.
candles.
Go ahead, relax. I got my massage gun, massage oil. Come on, let's help you unwind. But
I got that Johnson Johnson ready for you.
that's because when I said, baby, my back hurting, she's rubbing my back. I said, baby, I'm hungry. She's going to fix something to eat, or it's already done. You know what I'm saying? That's what come with those things. And then most of the time, when it's like, but when most of the time when that come across, it's like, you always need me to do something. Well, I'm saying that's the purpose of this arrangement. You know what I'm saying? We're in a
Or
partnership.
or like this. When they see you, and I feel like this. Your woman should know you when you hurting, when you angry. She should know every bit of
Yeah,
you. But like, honey, come
yeah.
here. I know I can tell something wrong with you. Come on, talk to me now. Come on, be let it out.
But
But guess
that's
what?
the important. That's the importance of being in tune with your mate. That's that friendship. Remember?
Hmm. You should be able to read his mind. You can look at him like, oh shit, who done pissed my baby off? Now I gotta go snapping on somebody. Who she should the first thing she come out of her mouth is, honey, who I need to go cut? What
Mm-hmm.
bitch do I go cut?
Mm-hmm.
She should know off the top of her head, like, you want me to cuss her out right quick? I go ahead and cuss her out. Cause the
Yeah.
first thing I'm gonna say is, nah, honey, nah, I don't need you to do it. I love you too much for you to cuss out. She ain't even worth it. She ain't even worth the doggone and paper towels on the paper on the road.
Man, and that's the truth.
But guess what? It go like I said, you should be able to read your partner just like she's supposed to read you. You supposed to read her at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. And it's supposed to be a companionship. We supposed to have friendship. We supposed to
Yeah.
be on that same level. Like when you hurt, I'm hurt. Your friends are
Yep.
my friends, and my friends are your friends. I can understand you put up with friends because they make you happy. Guess what? The same way when I don't like your friend, but guess what? They make you happy. So guess what? I'm gonna love it. But guess what? Sometimes it don't go that way. Cause at the end of the day, you gotta see that for yourself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could tell that person has back because no matter what, your friend should not be talking about your significant other.
No,
Cause guess what?
not at
When you
all.
hear them talking about them, guess what? The first thing you should do is cuss them out. But if you don't cuss them out, you part of the problem. And they go the same
Right.
thing for guys.
Because one that opens up the door for outside influences. It's like what's outside don't belong inside y'all relationship because they don't come home with y'all. It's like,
No, but they
that's the
sure can
person
tell
that you
you.
gotta, y'all basically got a business to run. The business is your business, your household. And if they're not a
You
part of that,
right.
you know, you share secrets and weaknesses with the ops, basically. Because
Mm-hmm.
them your friends. Naturally they I ain't gonna say all of them, but some of them they naturally hating the fact that you're not free anymore. So
And
one of their friends been taken away, and it's not even like that.
ding, ding, ding. You said it right there. You done took them away from what they used to have. Nobody ain't
Hmm.
taking you away. Guess what? You can still have your friendship. Hey, go spend some time with your homegirl. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, but shit, don't be out here talking about, girl, we finna go like over here, like hold on, because she knows what's going on. You know what's going on too. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, man, if you know she on some whole activity shit, it's like, man, you got a responsibility to hold on to your integrity and image.
Also, like this, like I don't know. Hey, I'm with somebody. I can't be doing all this now. If I
Yeah,
wasn't with that person, guess what? I'd be doing it right now. But guess what? I'm with somebody, so that's disrespectful to me.
man. First and
But
foremost, I'm one of them dudes that know how to go to work and come home because I've been outside. I've spent a lot of years outside kicking it. Not that
yeah,
fascinating anymore. It's like so I'm
honestly,
going
what
home.
is it there to do anymore nowadays? Because guess what? You doing the same stuff over and over. That gonna get boring.
Man, you watching the drug addict youth out here trip out, or you subjecting yourself to getting shot by these same said group of individuals, or you're subjecting yourself to be victimized by the police unjustly. I'm cool. I'd rather be at home. Guess what? I don't have to worry about none of that. And I'm with my person. We kicking it.
Mm-hmm. That Cause guess what? We could watch Monday Night Football. We could watch some basketball. If we feel like it. We could be over here talking about these damn Cowboys. Ugh, make
Man,
me
what?
sick.
Man, we
Make
gonna have
my
a whole
stomach got
boom
the
boom room.
what? We gonna call it Ray's Boom Boom Room
Man, pool tables, music, and booze.
and a PS5 ready to go.
Man.
We playing Call of Duty together. Like, you see, a couple that can play Call of Duty can stay together. If not, hey, why not? Hey, if you watch me play the game, read your book. Shit. Or
It
guess
is.
what? Or have a good conversation about something that you saw they might have, irritate you, or you feel like, I don't know about that now.
The companionship would be more than welcomed.
And that's the biggest thing. I think we lost sight of the companionship. Cause is
We
there
didn't lose sight
any
of
more?
companionship. People lost sight of compassion.
And I think honestly, technology is what messed us up because before technology, remember we used to write on a piece of paper, "Hey, do you like me? Yes or no?"
Man, fuck that. Before technology, man, we used to pull up on motherfuckers. And it
But like
wasn't no problem with
ran
you
your
sitting
mama
on the
bill.
porch with them. Yeah, ring the bell. It wasn't no problem like coming over people's house, sitting on the porch talking and all that. It was
Ding
like
dong.
technology now it's like I wish a motherfucker would show up in at my door. Like, damn, when did you become so interpersonal?
Or do I really want to show this person where I stay at? How about you go meet him at the
Right.
park then?
Back in the day, everybody knew where you stayed at. What you mean?
Mm, shoot. If not, I can call, hey, meet me at the dorm. Or meet me at the old field or something. We finna just chill out. Cause guess what? We got
Facts.
time to see each other. We got time to cuddle. And then they couldn't live to something else. We had a quagmire.
All
All
right.
right. But I think we lost sight of that. Cause what happened to the hey baby, I was just thinking about you. You was running across my mind. They said that's corny nowadays, but guess what? Honey, I have been thinking about you. You was running across my mind. Cause guess what? I don't know when it's your time to go. And you don't know when it's my time to go. So I better enjoy every last second that I have with you. Cause I don't know if it might be my last.
And that's what I mean. People lack the compassion. They don't think about those things. Like you never know when today might be your last day. And if you harbor feelings, or I mean, it don't even have to be negative feelings. Definitely positive feelings. You
Yeah.
will feel even worse knowing that you held this shit in instead of letting them know how you felt. And I'm not
Uh,
gonna lie, for those victims, of suicide, it's like, yeah, people tend to judge suicide people harshly, but you can't because everybody has a point where it's potentially their breaking point. It's like just because you're stronger than them don't mean that they weren't stronger than that at one point in time. You don't know what circumstances they went through to break them down. So the suicide victims, it could have been just that one phone call, that one text message, that one, hey, you mean more to me than what you think. Da 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 da. That could have saved them from having those thoughts. You're gonna feel
Guess
bad
what?
if you wasn't able to get that off.
Especially when you know, like somebody to put it in your heart, but like I need to call this person. I haven't talked to this person in a minute. They somebody
Hmm.
just put in. Let me give them a call because guess what? You don't know what people are going through these days. Like you said, suicide is a big mental health issue in this world, especially uh in the black community.
Right.
So guess what? You don't know if that can brighten somebody's day or not. Guess what? I made the attempt to call you just to hear your voice because guess what? I was
It
thinking
came
about
across
you.
my
I need to
mind.
hear from you.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot
Just
of
wanted to
times,
check your pulse.
especially when we do it with elderly, because guess what? We don't know when they leaving. So guess what? I was thinking about you. I just want to hear your voice.
Hmm. That's true.
And they go, we take stuff for granted nowadays because we so used to getting used, chewed up, spit out. Now you gotta put yourself back together, and it's
True.
hard trying to get yourself put back together when you don't have to. Cause, like I say, I know I go through stuff. I'm still going through it. I gotta call friends and be like, man, I'm not feeling like myself. I'm a prime example. But guess what? I got if I really want some help, I need to, get in contact with somebody.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of bad with that. Like, when I'm having my little issues and whatnot, I'll fall back and kind of go into my own little shell and then come back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, that's sis. I didn't even recognize that. Okay, okay. Thanks for
Who you
watching.
think been saying something the whole time?
No, I didn't know who Terrell by Jim was. Yeah, I saw a picture and I saw the praying hands. It clicked. Okay, I know who that is. Peace. But yeah, like it's like, man, I don't know. Like I said, people gotta get back to being more compassionate for more than just themselves. It's like compassion towards other people will change the thoughts and the way that you view obstacles or situations. You know what I'm saying? Just having a little bit different or open of an understanding will change a lot
Yeah.
because everybody don't have the same situations. Everybody ain't going through the same things. But if you understand
But
that, he- you know,
it's your healing process.
yeah,
Cause
it actually
everybody
helped
heal
the
a
healing
different way.
process. Hell yeah, it actually helped the healing process because you might have somebody that was just like villainized or vilified. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to heal those wounds from
The
whatever the
lash.
situation they went through, whether they was accused or whether they was the victims. That those are still wounds that need to heal. And
Mhm.
if they come across you and you misinterpret where they're coming from, it's like you ripping the damn scab right off of it. You know what I'm saying? Then let's say they trying to come at you and genuinely tell you something. You're so defensive because you're wounded that you block out the genuineness of what they're trying to imply to you. And you ain't do nothing but set yourself back because now you just hurt somebody else because you're hurting.
Mhm.
That's why self is always more important. You gotta heal yourself, you gotta fix yourself, you gotta learn how to love yourself before you could come across anybody else to try to deal with that extra workload because now you got to do it times two. If you can't do it in the first place, you definitely ain't gonna be doing times two. That's where the toxic relationships come from. Those are
Yep.
fun, by the way, but I'm past those.
Mhm. Man, and Cat said this like I like more tossing women. I'm like, I can't. You can have that, Cat. I can't do tossing women. Been there, done that.
Well, in my younger days, yes. Now, nah, I'm on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
even if my circumstances was better, just the whole imagery of trying to be, a good father, it's like it wouldn't work with my lifestyle.
That's the main thing. Trying to be a father. Shout out to all
Yeah,
the dads that raising their kids. They being in their kids' life. Shout out to y'all.
definitely. Not an easy road. It's many crossroads with many different decisions that need to be done and done correctly.
Big time.
Because it's not just you. Think about when it comes to single fathers, let's go on the truth of this. When it comes to handling your daughters, the takeaway from it is the fact that the better relationship you have with your daughter, the better relationship you'll have with women. Because in a sort of weird way, most women have that little girl inside of them. And that little girl has different issues that she wasn't able to overcome, or she wasn't handled the right way in. And
Hmm.
depending on how you're able to handle your little girl, man, it dictates how you can handle this woman. And for the most part, man, I try to be patient until I run across some shit that I don't agree with, and I stand on my principles. But
And
you know,
that's right there is that right there is where we as men sometimes I ain't saying all men we mess up at because we try to make them happy and give them what they want, but that don't work out right.
you can't do that, because I mean, technically, you got to understand is like it's in a woman's nature to be want to want to be pampered, but in most cases, you can't allow them to take that from you all the time.
Shoot, my
And you know what
word
I'm saying?
for that is no.
I mean, yeah, I mean, basically, it's like it's like, but for my daughter, it's like I try to communicate the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? It more so than just flat out saying no, because that all goes a part of communication. Like, okay, I understand no, but can you explain to me why? You know, you got to be able to understand and explain why. And
But like
that goes a long way because practice makes perfect. If you're with that,
baby
if you
girl,
do that with the kid or with your daughter, you won't have half the problems when it comes to the women because you're already molded into communicating with this girl that's your daughter.
but at the same time, just like when you healing through stuff, they still also play a factor too. Cause guess what? You might treat your daughter the best, but guess what? If you ain't even healed from that last thing, it still might not work because you could treat your daughter
That's
with
true.
the best,
That's true.
treat her like the princess that she is, but still is not ready for that. I can agree with you.
It's another reason why that's attached to your daughter. It's like because you know what you don't want her to turn into. Is the reason why you
Big
didn't
time.
heal because that woman is basically like what you don't want your daughter to turn into?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you should go after the woman that you want your daughter to be.
Mm-hmm.
That'll work differently. It'll be a whole different change. It's
Yep.
like, but that's when you go back to, hey, another truth. People have types. And a lot of times those types do not work for them at all, but they keep going for it because it's comfortable. I know what I'm getting when I go here. It's like, man,
I'm
you gotta
sorry.
change yourself.
Hey, comfortable is not always the best option. I can say that now. It's not going to be the best because guess what? You got to explore outside of the box.
Definitely. Sorry about that.
Because
I
yo,
had a interruption.
but we gonna end it right. We're gonna end this right here. We will have part 2 on Wednesday. I can tell you for sure on Wednesday we will have part 2 of the truth says set you free. So if you enjoy part 1, make sure to share with your friends. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and be here next this coming up Wednesday. It might be a little bit earlier than what we doing now, because we know everybody gotta get ready for work. So hopefully we'll see you on this next part of the truth shall set you free. Mr. T, is there anything you want to say before we end this show? So guess what? We got to end this show on the right way.
Swallowed up. Have you ever swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. 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 Have you ever been swallowed up?